Wait, what are you getting Sunday or Saturday?
I'm getting a snake and a dagger on my leg. Dagger wrap, a snake wrap on it.
For the MBR t-shirt?
Fuck. No.
Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals, and they're about to make that very clear. So just kick back and hang with them, because you've earned it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast. I'm Mike, he's Mike. We'll get all the introductions out of the way. This is episode 32, and we fucked up again. Papa Perez is not here, so we're just going to stop talking about when he's going to be here on the episode. We didn't think about the fact that Monday was the 4th of July.
Yep.
And it was a holiday. We still hung out, but like we didn't,
Yeah.
we didn't do the podcast. And then on top of that, tonight when we're recording, it's actually Thursday. He had a funeral.
Yeah.
Is he attending or is he?
I think he might be speaking.
Okay,
So
that makes sense. That makes a little, I guess that holds more weight than the Walking Blind podcast at this time. It's fine. It's cool.
No, he'll get on. He wants to come on.
But it's we'll slate him for when the time is right.
He's nervous that he's gonna be like boring.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I'm like,
I don't think
Dad,
so.
just talk about your life.
You know what I kind of want to do? I want to kind of try out like lapel mics.
I have one.
Like lapel, so we could just be like casual, like casual mics. We'll try casual mics.
Like casual
Bring out
mics.
Casual mics.
Yeah, I bought one. I bought one for when I do like videos and stuff, just to get it. I don't know why. Oh, it was on sale.
No,
It was on sale, so I was like, oh, yeah, get it.
I have one too. You went in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never used it. I don't know if it's any good or not.
Yeah, I just use it for all my like YouTube or TikTok things.
Well, that being said, let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a few days since we last spoke to you. We're trying this new thing where we just accidentally record on Thursdays and then rush to put it out by Friday.
Yeah.
So,
on the way here, I was kind of talking about this, and I was saying that I feel like it is a different vibe, as opposed from like near the end of the week to like the beginning of the week. Yeah. It's just I don't think it's necessarily a good or bad thing. It's just definitely different.
Well, because we're no longer in the like, okay, we just went through the weekend and now it's our first day back. Now we're like, all right, we're ready for this weekend.
Yeah.
Because this weekend is kind of stacked.
A wild one.
Yeah, it's a rager, kind of. Not really, but let's get into it. Let's do the let's jump into the MPHC, the Mike Perez health check. I'm gonna put a sound pad button in here that just goes beep 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 beep. Like every time we transition, I'm gonna hit it.
Dude.
But then I'm gonna forget which one.
Add it in post.
Add it in post. I used to do that with the Robot Lab podcast. We just one random episode we started talking about like the Highlander theme song. The Here We Are. And then I just decided to start splicing it in at random times. So anytime someone would mention the Highlander, it would just cut to this. Here we are. And, it was fun. Oh, this podcast.
Dang. Actually, never mind. This will be off-camera stuff. I was gonna say that we, although I would like to do editing. We potentially could, if we wanted to, we could have an editor.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll talk off camera.
Yeah.
Figure it out. We'll talk because I have something else to talk to you about as well.
Cool.
Sorry, folks, you're not involved in this conversation, but you might be in the next like 4 weeks.
Big things happening behind the scenes.
Yeah. We keep saying that.
I know. Well, dude.
I mean, it's big, but it's not that big.
It's kind of big.
It's kind of big.
It's exciting.
I like to tell people it's way smaller. That way, when it happens, they're like, "Oh, That's actually bigger than I thought. That's how it landed my girlfriend. Just kidding. Anyways, MPHC, what's up? Let's go.
So I feel like it's been. I feel like it's just been. This whole week's been crazy. Like,
it feels like there's been a lot going on.
Yeah. Although I will say this: I felt productive this week, so I feel like that's been good for me mentally. It also might say a lot about where I'm at mentally. I think that I was productive, or at least that I felt. So I kind of felt good about it. I'm still trying to use walking when I can. So I've been doing. I look insane. If you guys saw me at my house, I've been
trying to like explain it. This just paces around his island.
Walk around the island of my house.
Walk around the island
as if that wasn't like weird enough.
If you'd have never told anybody like, yeah, just walk around the island, and the island is in my house, and it's just a little, few foot island, then it wouldn't sound as crazy if you're just like, yeah, walk around the island. Like, oh, like Balboa? Yeah, that type of thing.
Go to the
beach. Walk the island.
No, so as if I didn't look crazy enough. And I'm always thinking, I know none of my neighbors can see me. Like, I know they can't. But if they did, I wonder what their thoughts would be.
Do you think your nieces think you're like batshit?
No, because they're usually asleep.
Oh, okay.
But, so I got a, what's it called? It's like a training. It's like a breathing thing. I look like Darth Vader.
Oh, the elevation mask?
Elevation mask. Yeah.
Did you?
It's sick.
I used to box in one of those. It was tough.
Really? Dude, that sounds dangerous.
I have yeah. Felix put me through that. Thanks, Felix.
Dude.
Oops.
But yeah, I'm like pacing around my counter wearing this mask, looking like Darth Vader. So.
Yeah, those are pretty, they're pretty good as far as like training you like with your cardiovascular health and everything like that. Mm-hmm. But they can be really difficult on your system if you aren't ready.
Yeah. I like them just because I'm when I'm doing my walking, I'm not pushing it pace, but I'm just really focusing on like taking like deep breaths. So when I'm done, I always feel good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to find this post. You can keep going.
All right. So yeah. So I think it's been busy, kind of crazy. I feel like things are gonna just kind of keep getting crazier, but I'm hoping that as long as I can like keep on walking, and I'm gonna start having to run here soon because the NBR show is coming up.
Yeah, which have you guys announced an actual weekend for that yet?
Mm-mm.
Or are you still okay?
Nah, although we're starting to get we got some bands confirmed.
Sick.
It's cool. So
he's like, I gotta try and I'm gonna try and be there for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So
I think we're gonna just get you guys on the shows.
Dude, I mean, let me know if that's something that's a thing.
We can share flights. Can you imagine how
rowdy that would be?
I mean, it would just be Martin and myself, but like with torture culture.
Yeah.
But that would be.
Yeah, did you see here?
Dang.
In the elevation mask. This is 2013.
Mine straight up looks like a cup on my face.
Yeah, this is like real deal.
Dang. Okay.
I was a much more thin man back then.
We all were thinner men. But yeah, so that's me. I think as long as I can stay on my walking, at some point, I don't know when, I'm gonna have to start introducing running. Yeah, it's been good. I think this week, like I said, the productivity of some of the stuff I did was musical things.
Yeah.
And so it was nice. I knocked out a Burner State song, which is done, and it's gonna be interesting.
You guys switching styles again?
No. So we had. I tell you about the talk we had about how I was like, we're two different bands basically. So I can share this on here because I think it's So for Burner State, we have two main songwriters for the music.
Right.
It's both our guitar players, Daniel and Gerald. And I like both of their styles, and I think I can be in both bands, basically, right?
But they're too different.
They're too different.
Do they write together, or do they just bring each other ideas?
They bring each other ideas.
Whole song ideas or parts?
I think for the most part, they kind of been mostly full song ideas.
Yeah.
But then like they've collaborated and stuff. Like what's been kind of cool is I think Gerald kind of takes Daniel's stuff, makes it more punk rock.
Okay.
And so, and I don't know with Gerald's stuff, I don't know if we've made it more melodic. Although he kind of went melodic on one of his own songs, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was like kind of a difficult conversation to have because I don't know, because I'm wondering if either of them took it as like a personal thing, which is not.
Right.
It's just like,
yeah.
It's like, no, like we just need to like meet more in the middle, you know, and in a way, which is fine with me, but like, you know, one of the ways to center things is obviously going to be like my vocals to bring it in. Right. And so, and I haven't had to have that mentality, but I'm having to because of how different the songs are.
Right.
Whereas before, you know, a pop song, I lean into the pop side of it. Right. If it's like a punk song, I lean into the punk side of it. And so with the songs coming and kind of being so almost like this is like skate punk, this is pop punk, this is almost thrash, this is this. It's forcing me to be, so now whenever I get like a thrashier, more like punk song, I want to make it as melodic as possible.
Right.
And so, and then now when I'm hearing like because we have a song in like a major key, and from, you know, for Daniel's song, and so for me, I'm struggling to try to dirty it up as much as possible.
Yeah.
To
not be so like clean and pretty
and so, but I think it's cool, and I think it's kind of, you know, like the song that Gerald sent is I like it a lot, and so I don't know, I think it'll bring out like a, you know, hopefully down the line might solidify whatever our style is, because like we just have our songs just kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna drop, Williams will be happy to hear this, I think we're dropping the ska.
Oh,
We only have 2 songs that have like. So I don't know.
Even then, were they really ska though?
I know,
because the drums weren't really ska. And I say that with all love, Jeremy. Like,
you know, in a way, I kind of liked it because
it makes it kind of cool because like with those ska parts, you go like, oh, those aren't ska drums.
Yeah.
Right. But then you're like, oh, but that's kind of like, it's kind of cool because it's different.
Yeah. It's funny. Brandon kind of, I think he thought he was going to offend me. So he's trying to find, I can tell he's trying to find a nice way to say it. I was like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
And he's like, so like, your drummer, he's like not a ska drummer. Yeah. I was like, no. Oh, no, he's not. I'm like, it's okay. I was like, I think that's, you know, in a way I feel like it's worked. It's worked out. So, but anyway, I'm excited. I think lyrically, I'm curious to see what the guys think of this song, because I'm not a political person.
Did you go political?
I don't think it's political in the sense, I mean, I guess in a way it is, but the song, the idea of the song is like the biggest act of defiance is to live your life.
Right.
For anything. Right. For anyone for anything. And that's the feeling I'm trying to portray in this song.
Yeah. Where
it's like, you know, I'm not going to be scared into thinking a certain way. I'm not going to be scared into not doing certain things. I'm going to live my life. And so that was the lens in which I wrote.
So there's a song called I'm Not Scared?
It's called I'm No Longer Scared. That's good. It's called, actually I don't have a name for it. I hate naming songs.
Are you going to say like, I'm not scared, I'm sorry, but I'm just not?
I'm Not Scared, Part 2.
I'm Not Scared too.
Not Scared too. Dose. Dukes.
That's cool. I'm excited to hear new Burner State stuff in the same way that like I feel the same way about new Torture Culture stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Like those original songs that are on the EP were like essentially when Jake like kind of talked to us all about like playing in the band, he was like, I have the bones of these, right? So here's these 6 songs. And then we all just went like, oh, let's maybe do this here, or let's try this, or let's switch this. Like we just kind of pieced them together. And then Martin really was the backbone that kind of drove it all home. Mm-hmm. Right? And then you've been there.
You guys into.
Yeah, you've been there through the whole vocal process, which has been a thing.
It's been cool though. I don't think people really appreciate the work you put in, man.
It was a lot. It feels like I will say this, like, even though these 6 songs are the longest 6 songs I've ever taken in my life to ever record, right? I feel like if I would have not only just gone with like first drafts of everything, or like kind of how I came into it, like screaming and stuff like that in the very beginning, like kind of a little bit of the demo-ish sounds, the EP would hit different. Yeah, it would be a completely different vibe than it is now. So in a sense, like maybe all this time was kind of good for us, because then we also like we're getting rid of the initial artwork that we had that I showed you. Like it's like clean slate. Here we go.
I think what's nice is it's forced you guys to take your time. Yeah. With stuff, because you guys were like going to start. It's like I feel like Jake was going to try to throw you guys on tours and like have you guys do all kinds of stuff.
I don't even think it was that. I think it was just like yes, but it was more of like, we're going to do a bunch of shows with certain bands. And may or may not have been the right direction for us. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so it's cool. I'm interested to see stylistically what changes. I feel like with me and Dan more on the songwriting, it stays punk rock fast, but it goes a little heavier.
Cool.
But I don't know. I still like the like almost like punk vibe that the old songs have. So like I don't want to lose that. Yeah.
Well, and
old songs to us, new to everybody.
Just remember that you're, for the most part, you have Steve in your band.
Yeah, true.
Like use that speed.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. So and where else? You're in the middle of the mic press. I'll check.
I mean, that's it. I think a very long way of saying. I've been good mentally. I think just because I think being able to stay with my walking, writing has been helpful, which I've been doing.
Any word on the place that you applied for?
No,
not yet.
And I'm trying. It's so hard, but I'm trying to get my sleep in order. Like
that's tough.
It's so tough. My thinking when it comes to sleep is weird. I'm just like, I don't need that. I can get by on that.
I actually, I like to say that I can run on Batman hours. I can run on like basically 2 hours of sleep and be cool for the day. But then when they start to stack up like that, that's when it affects me. Right. So I got like 4th of July, I ran on like an hour of sleep the next day, and I was like in class, teaching classes and stuff like that, just slamming like quad espressos and monsters, dude. But there's actually I'm gonna pull up the proper term for it, but there's an actual term for like that type of sleep schedule. Have you ever heard of polyphasic sleep? Polyphasic sleep, whatever. So basically it's suggested in comic books, we're going to use Batman as a reference, that like basically he uses micro sleeps throughout the day. So they like compare it to, they call it an Uberman sleep schedule. So it divides sleep into 20-minute naps taken every 4 hours. So you get a 20-minute nap every 4 hours, 20-minute nap every 4 hours, 20-minute nap every 4 hours, 20-minute nap. Others include like 30-minute naps every 6 hours and stuff like that. And you get your body just trained to take these little micro naps every few hours. So then that just fuels you to just keep going, basically. Dude. So you like either sleep or you like meditate, kind of to keep you going. And that explains why, like, how can he be businessman and billionaire Bruce Wayne during the day and Batman at night, because every like 3-4 hours he's like, all right, 20 minutes. Yeah. So,
I'm glad they finally explained that.
Yeah, it finally makes sense. But I don't know, maybe we should try. Should we try it?
Dude.
I don't know if my work will let me get away with napping for 20 minutes every 4 hours. I guess on my lunch.
I mean, you'd only really be taking 2 breaks, I guess, really.
Yeah. So I think I'd take a nap before I go to work, right? Go to work at 12 during lunch, 20-minute nap, eat real quick, go back to work.
Yeah.
End of the day, 20-minute nap, and then go on my night. I feel like that'll fuck me up.
Yeah.
That's got to be rough, like the first couple of weeks that you do something like that.
Yeah. I still think we need to do if we're going to do a challenge, we got to do some kind of weight loss challenge. I feel like that's been...
I need some sort of motivation. Put us on those shows so I can lose weight. How about that?
Well, dude, I'm telling you, we got to get... tomorrow night... I'm going to put it in my phone. Since we're going to be with friends, we should be like, yo, who wants to be in a contest? We'll just put in like $50.
We can't do that with Andrew around. Personal trainer Andrew will be like, oh, well, we'll just,
How much more does he have to lose?
You guys have workout plans anyways, and you're not doing it.
Well, we're not trying. Well, in fairness, with his plans, it's not like we're trying to lose weight per se.
True.
Like this would be like we're trying to lose weight.
True. Like you're talking about pounds, like pounds on the scale. Jesse might beat us.
Maybe. But
I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, nothing else. If we fail, at least maybe we'll.
Nice little pot for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, everybody throw in like $25-$50. We'll do like 6 months.
No, I say we even do like a month, 2 months.
All right.
Or to keep it fun, is we just do every month. We just do like $20, and then we have we do like a first, second, third.
Okay. Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, yeah, we'll have friends over, except Martin, because Martin doesn't want to join us tomorrow.
Wait, he's not coming tomorrow either?
Wait, no, I think he's coming tomorrow. That's Saturday.
Like you just throw Martin under the bus. Shit on him. Whatever, Martin. Dude, I'm for real gonna I'm putting an alarm and I'm gonna label it.
Set a date.
What time is the movie? 8:20? 8:15?
I think so.
All right, so 8 o'clock.
So yeah, so tomorrow. So we're going to see today. I know I'm supposed to be doing mental health check, but anyways, today I rushed home because I needed to prepare some stuff at the house, and tonight was really going to be my last opportunity to do that, to set a bunch of stuff up before Saturday. Tomorrow, like pretty much right after work, I'm going to come home, change, like get some shit situated, and then drive out to the movie. We're going to watch Thor tomorrow night with all our friends, like we usually do. We get a theater. So Mike texts me today. He goes, hey, do you want to watch Thor? And I was like, we're watching it tomorrow. He's like, I know, but I want to watch it without people like being loud and yelling because all our friends are. Which that's fair. I get it. And
I love them. And I feel like if I watch it tonight, I'm going to, even if it's not good, I'll still have fun tomorrow and I'll be able to have fun. I'll probably be loud tomorrow too. I'll get to be fun because I'm not going to be like, because when I watch movies they're like, that's my.
Yeah. For you, movies are like the escape. Like you're immersed fully into the movie and you can't do that. Yeah.
Like I'm always laser focused. And so I feel like this will be good because I get to watch it. I get to have the serious watch. And tomorrow I'll have fun.
That's fair.
I should make it a point to try to ruin
Guys, watch this.
Yeah. Or it'd be like do like little kid ruin it.
Here comes the duck.
Yeah. Do a little like watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this. Or like he's gonna die. Just kidding.
And then
is he?
Dies.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting next to you tomorrow. We are not sitting together.
I'm just trying to jump scare people. That's what I should do.
You asked for a +1 for tomorrow, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah. You did. You asked for a +1. Who did you have in mind?
Probably Harry, because his birthday.
It's his birthday?
Or his birthday was this week, yeah.
Oh, happy birthday, intern Harry, who's never here.
Intern Harry.
Intern Harry, the mythical
Joker might come tomorrow night, too.
Sick.
We'll see.
Sick. Have you ever thought about dating Jolko?
Dude, I would love to. Joker is so rad. So, I'm rooting for Joka.
Okay.
I am. I'm rooting for him because he did something really cool he got when Florence and the Machine put out their album, they dropped tour dates.
Okay.
And so Joka is single, and so he got the album, and then he had an opportunity to buy tickets to when they're playing. She's playing in, I can't remember if it's October, September, somewhere like that. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy 2 tickets.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm gonna buy 2 tickets, and hopefully I'll be like with someone by then.
Yeah.
And so the opportunist that I am, I was like, that's awesome. I'm rooting for you, but if you can't find anyone,
I'll go.
I will go, and we will have a great time. So
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So I hope he finds love, and I hope he goes to someone. But if he doesn't,
I hope he finds love after Florence and the Machine.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I've done that before. I did that. I've done that with weddings. They've been like, "Do you need a +1?" And be like, "Sure," and then not know if I'm going to bring anybody or not. And then like if the wedding's coming up close and I don't have anybody, I'd be like, "Hey, never mind. I don't know if you need an extra sleep. I don't need the +1." Or like I'll give up my +1 to somebody else. Oh, you give it to so and so. Okay.
So my move with that, because I was of that mindset as well. Mm-hmm. Mine now, I just say, instead when they ask for the option, I just put me in the singles table. Or like put me with or if you have single friends, just put it out there.
For a while I was like thinking I'd just go, yeah, give me a +1 and I'll just eat the extra plate if I need to.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully Joka finds love. But if he doesn't, we're gonna have a great time.
We should get Joka on an episode of this podcast so that he can talk about what it's like to unknowingly date you.
Dude, he's got a cool story.
We got to get him on.
Yeah. So we'll get him on.
We won't tell you guys when though, because
I know every time we do it.
I know.
I thought it was like, oh, this is for sure gonna happen.
Set.
What's up? Wait, so we're all over the place. Where are you at mentally?
I mean, I'm good. This weekend is kind of packed with like a lot of stuff. We've got Andrew's birthday is on Saturday. Yeah. So we can do a little kickback.
When was the last time we saw Andrew?
Like a week or two ago. He came out.
I mean, for me, sorry. I guess I'm the one who hasn't seen him.
Yeah. So he kind of went through like a little depression type thing. And he said he'd be willing to jump on the show and talk about it. But he went through some shit and then he just kind of was getting his stuff back on track. And then, now he was saying that he wanted to get on the episode and give like a 1-year recap because a year ago, Saturday is when I bought him his Blazers and his whole life changed.
Wait, that was only months? I thought it was something that you had set him on a path like a while ago.
It's last year.
What the heck?
So we created this monster last year, dude. So
Andrew. I thought this was like a long. Okay, well.
Yeah. So Andrew's birthday this weekend. Friday we're gonna go watch Thor with the homies. Saturday I have some construction going on at the house, and then Saturday night we are doing a little kickback, friends type thing here at the house, and then Sunday I'm getting tattooed. So there's just like a lot going on, but I feel good. I feel like everything is kind of like,
it's
getting a good direction.
Nice. What's been your what's been centering you or bringing you back or?
I just keep having to put like priorities in order. I keep kind of like, no, I'm not physically writing them down, but I'm looking at my list and kind of like, okay, here's what I got to do first, this, and this. You know what I have noticed, what I just did? I've noticed, especially when I'm teaching class and stuff like that, I don't know if I just have so much on my mind, but I'm stumbling over my words a lot lately, which is not normal for me. right? Normally I'm pretty good with speaking my mind and like, you know, like accentuating things and like putting my thoughts into words. And lately, I don't know if it's just because I'm all over the place, but I'm like, either I'm stumbling over my words because I'm thinking too faster than it's coming out of my mouth, or whatever the case is. But I'm like, I'll find myself like either stumbling over my words or repeating myself the same thing over and over and over again.
Oh, dang.
And it's like, I don't intend to do it. And then after I do it, I catch myself and I'm like, what was that?
Do you have to like mentally tell yourself to slow down, or is it like?
Yeah. Like I did it today. I was in a class and I had some stuff on the board and I kept having to say the same thing over and over again because I kept stumbling over it. And I was just like, sorry, hold on. I literally just like, my bad. I'm like, I can't think right now. I just reset myself.
Rick, hold on, guys. Crying and then. All right.
Yeah.
So.
Just turn back around. My eyes are bloodshot, and I'm like, okay. So yeah, yeah. It's just I think it's me just having a lot on my brain and trying to figure out priorities and like I have so much stuff that I'm trying to figure out, as well as like planning and as well as making things happen and like spending money left and right type thing. Which is all in a positive way, in a good way, but like at the same time, it's just like, am I budgeting this right? Am I thinking about this correctly? Am I looking at everything correctly? And I keep having to also center myself too, because like for what I'm doing, in my head, of course, it looks way bigger than it actually is, right? So then when we boil it down, it's like not that much bigger, but it feels like it's going to be huge. And I keep like, I even keep like drawing out like, and like measure on graph paper. I'm like, okay, each one of these is a foot, right? And like measuring things out and like, it's going to fit, right? And then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that doesn't look right. This doesn't look proportionally correct, you know? Like, so I think there's just a lot I'm overthinking because there's so much happening at once that as I slow down and like things get done one at a time, then I'm like, okay, cool. Like this is getting done. This is getting done. Because like first, you know, I had talked about like refinancing the house and putting it all in my name. And then this, I don't even know if I told you this. This lady that I was working with she was so frustrating because it's like, I would ask her to do something and she'd be like, why don't you just do it? Right? Like with the homeowner's insurance, I was like, hey, she's like, we need this paper. I go, okay, they sent it to you. She goes, that's not the right one that you need. And I go, which one do I need? Just tell them, they'll know. Bitch, they don't fucking know. They just sent you what they thought that they needed to send you. And you're telling me that's not it. Well, if I have to, I'll reach out to them, but you should be able to just check your mailbox. I don't even know what you're asking me for. So it was like months and months of that, right? So finally we get everything done. We sign the paperwork and we send it in. Like this was back on like June 10th. And we have a notary there. We sign everything and they're like, all right, cool. You're good to go. And then I didn't hear anything. And then I hit them up the next week and I go, hey, we filed the paperwork. Like, can I cancel this insurance and then go live with this insurance and like make sure everything's in order? And they're like, oh, we're still processing our end. You know, so like, just give it like a few days because we got to do the paperwork. Okay. And then the papers I signed said my first mortgage payment was due July 1st. And I'm like, hey guys, it's almost July 1st. What's going on? You know, nothing. Didn't hear anything back. Emailed their supervisor, called two people, nothing. And then it's like the 30th. And they're like, everything's done on our end. It's in your name. And I go, nobody fucking told me that, like nobody was going to inform me that this process was done. Oh, well, I mean, if you sign into the site, you know, and I go, I've tried signing into the site. I can't get in because the loan number it's saying that's attached to it cannot be found. They go, oh, that's not the loan number. This is the loan number. And I go, so what was the number that was on the documents? I'm not sure why they didn't match, but this is the loan number and here's your documents. Are you fucking kidding me? So this all happens a day before like the first mortgage payment is due. And I'm like, why?
Dude.
Why? I don't understand. And it's been stuff like that. So then I'm like anxious about that. And then like all this stuff just like this happened, and I have to get approval for this, and then that comes back, and then we can start here, but I still need this done, you know? So it's just been a jumble of stuff going on, and then everything's falling into place correctly, but because I'm thinking about all of it, that's when I get like this. Yeah. And I feel like I get like neurotic. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, that's added, that's like, it's like, feels like so unnecessary added anxiety. It's like,
it's like, just, dude, just because one person doesn't like do their job essentially. So,
well,
but, hey, it's done, you know,
it's done. Exciting things happening.
Moving on up, moving forward.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I guess we can do kind of a week recap. I guess one of the only things. So, have you seen the movie Elvis?
I have not yet. Is it good?
It's good.
Is it?
It's long, but it's good.
I want to watch it.
The guy who plays him, I forget his name, but I thought he did good. And so, you know, of course, after the movie, I went through and I like looked up as many like
to see how much of that was like real and
see what was real, and then just to watch like some of like Elvis like live footage and things, and like, dude, this guy was like
spot
on.
Damn.
Like, I was impressed. I was genuinely impressed because like I didn't realize also like, you know, you kind of forget about Elvis's singing style and like how he talked. Like this dude, I heard him in an interview, and he was talking about the different because he said I've watched every single interview he's ever done. There's been people who have come forward with recordings of him, and so he listened to like everything, and he was saying how he can tell the difference from like young, timid, speaking fast Elvis to like superstar, more deliberate in how he speaks Elvis.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's cool. I don't know, it's cool things to pick up. But yeah, it was cool. It was a cool movie, you know. I feel like, and this is, you know, whatever, this is my own nitpick on these like movies about people's lives, like Queen, that Bohemian Rhapsody one.
Yeah.
Straight Outta Compton, and then with this, it's like I guess, and this is just, you know, maybe I'm just a shitty person, but like there's just some things they just gloss over, like some pretty. The
movies are generally pretty biased to you know, to put somebody in a positive light versus some of the shittier things or controversial things.
Yeah, like you know, because they have him, you know, they show what was her name? Who would be his wife? And I don't know if you knew this, but I had known this, but I'd forgotten about it. And then watching the movie, I was like, oh shit! Like,
what's her name? Was Lisa Marie?
Lisa's the daughter.
Yeah.
What's her name? Anyway, so he met her when he went out to serve.
She was young, right?
She was 14. He's 24.
Way different time, man.
Yeah. Like later in life, it's not, you know, whatever. But like at the time, it's like, oh dang. And so I don't know. We kind of gloss over that. But other than that, it was cool, and it kind of it's sad, you know, because I knew, you know, I guess I don't know if it doesn't matter, it's not a spoiler, but like I knew that he had like some kind of like something kept him in Vegas longer than he wanted to. And I figured it was like mob stuff.
Yeah.
And in a way, inadvertently, it kind of was.
Kinda, yeah.
But like, it's just sad because you're like, dude, this guy's the biggest star ever, and he was kept from doing a ton of stuff, man. But I didn't realize up until even his last, they show his last performance as far as like the last song he sang, and he's like clearly and like just bad shape, like body wise, is so like broken down,
fully just let go,
and you understand why, like you understand, like, you know, he went through, he's depressed, he was medicating and all kinds of stuff, and so knowing all that, they show the live clip of him singing, and it was like, it's impressive and heartbreaking because you're like, till the end, he sang
the shit out of the songs, but you could tell that he was just completely broken.
Yeah. So just rough, man. It's like, dang, king of rock and roll, but at a cost.
I think that's tough because that, especially when it comes to musicians and artists and stuff like that, like once you become like, and obviously this is something that we've never experienced, but once you become a commercial success, at that point in time, it's almost no longer about your art. It's more about your brand.
Right.
Yes. And so like same thing with even like artists or like designers, clothing lines, like people that start off independent and then just become like, this huge thing. Like there's this piece of you that just becomes almost a machine because you have to, that I have to continue the brand. Right. I have to continue like, not even if you look at it in a sense of like, I have to do this for the people that I am helping. I have to do this for the fans. And I really hate that word. I have to do, for the fans.
For the yeah.
Or you have to do this for, the people that are relying on you, or, and if you're, like in a sense, once you get to like, you're a single solo artist, right? But you have a live band and you touring means they eat and they put food on people's tables. Your road crew, when you're that big, like people that, like even you think about like all the people that were on Warped every year, that was their living. Yeah. Right. And when Warped Tour ended, it's like, what do we do with our summers now? Like, how do we,
Yeah. That gig is just.
Yeah. Like the gig life is nuts. Right. And I can only imagine like what that effect has where you're just like, clearly my heart's not in this anymore, but there's so many people watching me, depending on me, relying on me and stuff like that I have to keep doing this even though I don't really want to. Yeah. And that's got to be tough.
Dude, and the thing, and like, cause you'll see it, dude. It's like, there was some, like for Fair's Fair, like there is some genius to the whole, like the residency at Vegas. Instead of going on tour, the tour, they come to you.
Yeah.
And how like that is, as far as from a money standpoint, and how they were able to work out their deal initially with him, like it's insane and it's genius, and it changed, Vegas and how they do stuff, and now residencies are a normal thing. But it's such a bummer when you realize what he was wanting to do, and he was just kept from it.
Before I understood residencies and stuff like that, I used to always think like, oh, so they're going to Vegas basically to die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but then like when I started really seeing like the numbers that come with the residency and like the fact that like for those of you who may not know, when you do a residency or you have residency in Vegas, something like that, you're a featured act for like a casino or something like that, right? So your residency is you're performing your concert multiple times in the same venue, depending on like how often you're doing it. Right. It could be 5 days a week. You're going out there and you're performing multiple shows.
Right.
It's almost like a circus type thing, right? Like those people go out and they perform, Cirque du Soleil. They go out and perform, and then instead of you touring and doing your same set every night in a different state, you're doing it in the same place, basically over and over and over again. But what the reason that Vegas residencies are so attractive is because there's a constant change and turnaround in people because it's a vacation destination and it's an experience town.
Entertainment.
Right? It's pure entertainment. So like, not only do people who are like members of the casino who have the perks like get tickets to this that they can give out to their friends and stuff like that, but then the people who are just passing through town like, oh, fucking Backstreet Boys are here tonight, dude, let's go. Right. And you're still like you through that residency contract, you have a guarantee for every show. So if you're doing a matinee show, you're still getting paid like it's a full sold out concert, because you're the drawing act. And like like I said before, I understood residencies. I was like, oh man, like artists go there because there's nothing left, and then they just die there. But then you see like a bunch of careers that like people go on a break and then they come back and do a residency and then they just explode after that because they just got this whole new demographic of people. So it's
and what a man, and what a way to like, you know, really hone in on a show and like create your own set list or maybe try some songs that maybe they probably hadn't forever. Like I went to Mariah Carey's to her. She had a residency at what I forget where she's at. Anyway,
if you didn't know, Mike was in love with Mariah Carey.
Is she was so fucking good. She was so good. I feel like I talked about this before, but man,
How did it feel to hear the whistle notes?
Well, dude, so I went fully expecting, and I felt like, I think May and I even talked about this. Like, I think we were both kind of at peace with like, she'll probably be lip syncing.
Yeah. Like she wasn't going to be actually.
Yeah. Cause like I'd seen some pretty, like she's been so hit and miss for live performances. And now I feel bad. I take back a lot of stuff because, you know, you don't really know what's going on with the artist. And especially if it's just this one song they sing.
Yeah.
So many things can go wrong. It's not like you're preparing for a full on concert. You know, maybe your first song's a warm up, you know, whatever it is. Like there's so much that can happen. And so she's had some pretty rough television appearances.
Yeah.
And so, and there's one in particular where like clearly she's lip syncing, and which is kind of sadly normal amongst.
Yeah, especially on TV because you can't put out
it's like heavily doctored
on TV.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we were kind of both just like at peace with that. I was just excited to be in the same building. As
I was just excited to be in the same building as greatness.
Yeah. And so she opened with Emotions, and if you don't know the song, look it up right now.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey.
Pause this.
Emotions. And
come back.
This is kind of
welcome back.
Yeah, this is when you hear about whistle notes for Mariah, like this is one of the quickest, best examples. So she opened with this, and I remember thinking like, you know, I guess, you know, whatever. And her first whistle note, you guys, she almost deafened everybody because she was too close to the microphone when she did her first whistle. And so she did it, and like right away everyone just like everyone was just like, oh shit. Like, but then at the same time, I remember like catching eyes with people, and everyone kind of the same thing, like
thinking
she's singing.
Oh, she's actually doing
this. Is real. Like she's really singing. And
the level of excitement just changes
it changed. Like it instantly
I have goosebumps
changed.
just thinking about that. Like that's the real deal.
Dude, she's real deal. And she was like, she's as much like, you know, someone like that, like I want them to be ridiculous as far as like being a diva. Right. She had like, I forget how many she had. She had like 4 costume changes or outfit
how quick
changes.
Were her outfit changes though? Like were they like Broadway musical quick, where like they walk, like the stage turns and then they're in a new suit?
They're pretty quick. They're pretty quick. You know, like one of them was like I think she brought like her jacket and stuff, and she, like I don't know. Anyway, and also her band was pretty sick.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing too, is like hearing Mariah with like a live band, like a drummer and bass that are like hitting,
which is so sick.
It's dude, like it sounds weird talking about Mariah Carey like this, like her stuff was hitting hard and everybody was like, you know.
How did that Sweet Fantasy Baby
dude
sound with that just, you know, live kick?
Dude, it hit, dude. It all hit. And then we kind of psyching ourselves up because we're like, dude. We saw that Boyz II Men had a residency.
Yeah.
And we were like, dude, what if Boyz II Men show up and they do freaking, what's the song they said?
I can't
smiling down on us from heaven.
I can't even think of it. Where's Martin when you need him?
I know. But dude, it was anyway. So Boyz II Men didn't show up. Sadly, their residency was for like another month or 2. Yeah. But so it was awesome. So I got to see Mariah Carey there, and I'm so open. Like I want to see like because I heard that Adele was going to be going, but she had to cancel.
She's going to be going.
She was having a residency.
What?
In Vegas. Yeah. But she canceled it.
that we got to go to that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
That we gotta go.
1,000%.
1,000%.
1,000%. But and then so there's the other ones I want to see. Like I want to see Celine. I want to see all of you. Whatever. Fuck everybody.
You know, everybody at home is like, Celine.
I know, dude. She's whatever, powerhouse. They're iconic singers. So, but yeah. So residencies are awesome. And you gotta think too. They have families. Like families have to leave, you know, and they can be, you know, they can. There's plenty to do in Vegas, or if they want to, they just take a 3-hour drive to, you know, 3.5 hour drive to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You know, they can do stuff there. So. So anyway, it's just interesting that he was the one that he was the first person to really make that a thing, and then but also again it's sad when you realize
because he was stuck.
He was stuck. Yeah.
There was no.
The epitome of I just realized Chewy's up there. The epitome of like being in a gold cage.
Yeah.
You know.
A golden prison.
Golden prison. Yeah.
So you know, we kind of been all over the place. We got a couple questions from the live, not too many. Chewy's here chilling with us. If you guys tune into the episode, you can see how fucking cute one of my dogs is.
How old is Chewy?
Probably 4 now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's got such a cute face.
How have I had him? I got
that
him.
Face.
I got him. I feel like I got him right before COVID. Right? I got him right before COVID.
So.
Like I had already bought this house, or we had already bought this house, and then yeah, it's been around for a while. And he was like, they thought he was 2 when I got him.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't changed in size. He's just got a little more thick, little thick boy puppy here. So
the one thing Mike does with his dogs is really cute. Is before he feeds them, they run to their bowls like all excited, but then they like sit and they wait. And Mike will.
It's like the one little piece of discipline that they.
Yeah. It's so awesome because they're just like.
It's like the one little thing that I got them to do. Other than that, they don't listen for shit. I'm like, sit down. They're like, no.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
But yeah, they were that's so cute.
One of the things I really want to do is, you know, I kind of got Chewy to. Okay, hey bud. I kind of got Chewy as like a way to keep Isley like young.
Mm-hmm.
Isley was getting older and slower, so I got Chewy to kind of like.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I can't even talk right now. Watch the episode on YouTube. This is fucking cute as shit. This is the cutest shit ever.
Dude, he just, for anyone listening, it sucks because his dog just buried his face in him and he's.
I think he's asleep now. I don't know. I don't want to move though.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, like I got him pretty much to keep Isley young. But then with Isley like kind of like tearing her ACL and then like, you know, they think that she potentially have bone cancer. This is my bulldog. They're just like, just let her live her best life. But now she can't go on long walks and shit. Right? So pretty much they have free reign of the backyard. They run around in circles and stuff. And I'll take him out every now and then and run with him in the morning, like get all his energy out. But Isley can't do long walks anymore. Like she walks down the block and her leg just gives out and she gets tired. So like, and then I feel guilty because she's the OG. I can't just leave her at home while I take him everywhere with me. So like, eventually the plan is to like really get him trained to where like he just, God damn it, he did it again. Get him trained to where he just like, you know, kind of hangs out and just goes everywhere. But, you know, in time.
That's so fucking cute. I've never seen him do that.
No.
I've never seen him do that.
This is new. This is a podcast thing. He's like, I want to stay up here, so I got to act cute as
Yeah.
shit.
He's like, I'll be good.
I'll be good, I promise.
I'll be good.
I don't want to move, Mike. I know we have 3 questions to read.
All right. I'll read them. All right. So one of them. So this question. Well, okay. So Ashley asked, "How does it feel to grow a beard?" And this is literally, like I said, it's been a busy week.
Is that a week? Is that 1 week?
This might be 2 weeks or a week and a half.
Like just don't shave it,
dude. No, because look at it. I'm glad there's like not that much of a focus on my face because it's so patchy.
We got to talk about your cool hat too.
Oh yeah. So first, let's stop right now. So this was a gift from Martin Alcedo. He had a Dodger one, which looked ridiculous, so stupid. But no, I was kidding. And then, but I was like, oh, it's cool. And then I think he offered. He said, I'll buy it. So this is a gift from Martin.
It's a good hat, dude, and it fits you well. It doesn't fit all shallow like a lot of other hats.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And it forced me to wear white. I own white. Mike was surprised that I have a...
I was shocked when he came in this crispy... You could tell, though, it's new because it's still got fold lines, and he barely wears it. But it's a good-looking shirt.
Yeah, I have white shirts, guys.
So I saw one of the questions, which I'll ask, is Daniel quitting the band?
Yeah, so we were going to wait to say anything. And not quitting the band.
We were going to wait, but he's not quitting the band.
Yeah, no, he's not quitting the band. He's...
actually, fair question, Daniel Huerta or Daniel Garreau?
Ooh. Oh, yeah. I have two Daniels in two bands. No, he's Daniel Garreau. He...
Which one is it?
No bragging rights.
Is it Garreau or Garreau?
I say Garreau. If he says Garreau, he's being...
I feel like I've always said Garreau.
He's
and then
it
only
up.
recently I've been hearing people say Garreau.
I think it has to be because we're joking. I don't know. No. He says Garreau.
It's Garreau, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, have I been saying this name wrong for like 15 years now or whatever long?
No, it's Garreau.
Now we're questioning life.
I know. But yeah, so Daniel's moving to him and his wife are moving to, and Baby Benson, they're moving to Pennsylvania area. And so that's why we're doing farewell shows because Daniel's leaving the Pacific Northwest where he's grown up.
So it just makes sense to like, hey, before I go, let's do some stuff up here.
Yeah. So it's him departing the Pacific Northwest, not MBR.
Unofficially official type thing.
Yeah. So, and that question was, Don't like me. That question was asked by the Bryson Lee. So Jesse, this is a serious one. Put on your thinking cap. Okay. Justice League or Avengers? Who would win?
Justice League. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, you have Batman, which, sorry for all you Marvel lovers out there, but is basically the match for Iron Man, right?
Yeah. Tactical.
Billionaire tactical tech. I would even say more tactical than Iron Man.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
You know,
he's just that's his superpowers. He's smarter than everyone. He outthinks everyone. He strategizes better.
There's a whole movie about the Justice League called, I think it's Justice League War, where they find out that there's like plans basically, and they know the weakness of everybody in the Justice League, and they go, oh well, how did they find that out? And then turns out somebody broke into Batman's Batcave and supercomputer and got basically like contingency plans on how to take out any member of the Justice League just in case they went rogue. And they're like, you had this information? He goes, yes. And they go, why would you have this information against us? He goes, what if the most powerful beings in the entire universe went rogue? How do we stop them? And that's why he has like contingency plans for everything. And so basically they're like, we're going to kick you out of the Justice League. And he's like, you can't kick me out. I'm just going to quit. He just walks out. And he's like, if you think that I'm doing the wrong thing here, then obviously we're not on the same page. Basically.
Yeah.
So, I definitely get why there's a lot of hype that Marvel would win, right? But the Avengers, I don't know. It'd be a good fight. But you have like Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. You know, that's kind of he's a wild card.
But I mean, and this is the almost kind of the flaw with DC, where it's like, unless the Avengers know about kryptonite,
right?
Then it's like, then maybe that changes everything. But like,
Sorry.
nobody, not even Hulk, if Superman, and there's no like there's no match for him.
I feel like
Wonder Woman too. Even really think about it, I feel like Wonder Woman and Hulk probably are a closer battle.
I feel like the ones that might be able to put up a good fight would, going off of like Avengers comics, right? Captain Marvel, she's super powerful, right?
Yeah, sure.
I feel like if anybody would know about kryptonite, it would be Tony Stark. Doctor Strange would have a good hand because I believe that one of the weaknesses that Superman has is to magic. Right? So that's something that like he does have a weakness to. That's why characters like Shazam are able to go toe to toe with, or Black Adam are able to go toe to toe with Superman, is because of the magic abilities. I mean, you have the obvious Hawkeye versus Green Arrow type things. But I feel like the overall deciding factor in this is that the Justice League and DC Comics as a whole are written so dark that they'd be willing to go to lengths that the Avengers won't.
I can see that.
Plus, I'm a DC fanboy, so I'm sure I'll get a lot of hate comments for that.
Yeah, I'm a Marvel fanboy. My favorite my favorite comic book character ever is Wolverine, but I would still have to say Justice League just because.
But I mean, I feel like now Wolverine doesn't really tie to the Avengers. If you're looking at it in the sense of like the whole Marvel universe, which includes Fantastic Four and
if you're taking
X-Men and
like a Doctor Doom and Galactus and those kind of
like
things,
these celestial beings and stuff like that, then maybe there's a. Oh, but then you also have like all the
dark. I know they do like, dark side and
Apocalypse and all this shit. So, I mean, obviously I think really this argument always boils down to like, who are you a bigger fan of and who do you have more facts on?
Yeah, who's writing?
Yeah,
so. I love that. I think it was Stanley, or they asked him who wins and this and that, and he's like, whoever's writing the comic.
That's true. It's true. It's facts. All right, I'm dogless now. So, so we do actually have a mental health question, which is, what are the best ways to improve one's mental well-being? And this is from Heather. What up, girl?
I think, awareness is a good way to improve it. And I think that's just being mindful of yourself and what your body is telling you mentally, what you're doing and feeling. Like always check in on yourself, always question, I think, yourself too. Like an exercise, and this is easier said than done, but like really it could be for anything. Anytime something good happens, like write this down on your phone if you've never done this before. But like to remind yourself, but like anytime something good happens or anytime you feel anxious or angry, step back and try to understand like everything you can about whatever that emotion is or what you're feeling and where you're feeling it. Because I feel like the more aware you are of yourself, then I think the easier it is to become, it all adds up to becoming, more sound of mind, I think. But what is the mental health? What is it? Well-being?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just removing as much toxic. Is that your knee?
Yeah.
I felt that.
Ow.
Yeah, like I think the best, and like all this stuff is easier said than done, but it requires work. Like this is why like it is such a difficult thing to achieve. It's not possible, but just it requires work.
Yeah.
Remove toxic things from your life, remove as many distractions as possible. I think being what's the word? Not decisive. Like when you're intentional. Yeah, intentional. Being intentional about like your decisions you make and what you're trying to do in your life. I feel like all that stuff can add towards, building a strong way of well-being. I don't know.
I do have a question for you. Oh, but I guess my input on that is, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. Like your mental well-being also ties into like your physical well-being, your health, and just overall surrounding yourself with, like positivity and things that make you happy.
Yeah.
Like
body, mind, soul.
Yeah, without sounding like like Mikey got his groove back type thing.
Like a hippie.
Like dogs, right? Like there's this little boost of like serotonin that comes when your dog does something that shows that they like give a shit about you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You're like, yes. So like little things that could essentially just things that make you happy. Surround yourself with things that you enjoy, or like do things that you like to do. Like if you don't like exercising but you like going outside, like go on a hike, right? Like you're kind of killing two birds with one stone. Like you don't have to be like shredded and ripped to be healthy.
Yeah.
Not everybody can look like Greek gods, like, or goddesses, like Mike and I do. But it's a work in progress.
Yeah. Like I think there's so much like, and everyone is so unique to them, right? Like I've been meeting up with one of my buddies, and he's going through some things, and one of the things he told me, and I was thinking about, I was like, man, good for you, because that sounds like not on my radar at all or ever. But like for him, like he says he likes to just go to the airport and just watch planes take off.
What?
He's a pilot, but
okay, a little perspective here, like.
But I mean, that's like for him.
Does he do the thing where he's like underneath the runway, like on the hood of
the Wayne's World,
on the hood of his car? Whoa!
I like to think that's what he does. No,
I like to think that's what it is. Not he's just like camped out with binoculars, looking at an airfield.
Dude, he loves it. Loves planes and stuff. So like for him, like that's like.
I get that. I get that around cars. Yeah. Like every night, like it's been a while, but I'll go like, they have this tiny little Cars and Coffee down at the detail shop right down the street from here. And every now and then it'll be like a Sunday morning or something like that, I would go over there and just like look at people's cars. Like, oh shit, like that's cool. Like, that's cool,
Yeah, and that's awesome because that's like for you. Like for me,
you'd enjoy the coffee part.
I'd enjoy the coffee part. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so I think just find things for you. Whatever it is. Like be okay with shit you're into. I mean, as long as it's not harmful.
Yeah.
But
as long as it's not self-deprecating.
Yeah. But I thought that was cool.
I do have a question for you before we end this. That was kind of brought up to me. What do you do in cases where you start to feel yourself like spiraling, like into depression or whatever? Like you feel yourself kind of spiraling and reverting. Like how do you pull yourself out of that downward spiral? When not only like when you start to feel it, but when you fully realize that that's what's happening.
Like as in like about like this panic attack is
like panic attack or
imminent.
Just like full on like you feel yourself going into that like darkness of like, oh, I feel like a depressive episode coming on, like or even for some people like a manic state or something like that.
For me, so it's frustrating for me when that happens because I have my safeguards in place, and so usually when I get to that point, it's because I've either ignored them on purpose.
Yeah.
Because I'm like.
You feel like you need to purge. Almost.
Yeah, or like sometimes I'm going through and I'm like, what, this needs to suck. Because I'm clearly not learning from this, or like, you know what I mean? Like, there's, yeah. But
been there.
Yeah, when I'm getting there, or like I realize like, oh shoot, like this could be bad. Then I try to find ways to make sure I'm safe and protect myself, and mentally, like, I know that, or at least I make sure that I'm okay. Cause like that's one of the things I have to be like very cautious of. Like if I know like I'm thinking, like if I'm in like dark thoughts or like dangerous thoughts, then I need to like have that checked first. And then once that is, if I feel like I'm good from there, then it's like I need to find an activity to do, because rest is good for me, and I'll give myself like maybe 1 or 2 days of being like, I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna just sleep.
Yeah.
And catch up, because sometimes for me it is just I'm physically tired, and so a reset or like a good, going to bed early or just like sleeping all day, like having one of those can be nice for me. It can reset me. But if that can be another sign that I'm in it too.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shoot, I'm oversleeping. And so when it gets to that point, when I'm realizing I'm either sleeping too much or I just had all this rest, I caught up on my rest and I still feel this way, then I need to start doing like either physical things.
Rainbow. I didn't catch it. Bless you.
And I think that's when then it's like, oh, weird. Why is Mike's planning something, or Mike is suggesting we go do something? That's usually my way of being like, I need to do something. I need to get out. I think for me, I'm big on preventive things. That's a thing for me. And so something for me that is a daily thing, it's so small and it's so simple, but for me, it's coffee. That is it.
She's snoring.
I smell something.
Oh, it's probably farted.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Good for you.
Good for you, Isley. And so like a preventive thing for me that I do daily is like coffee. Like I really do look forward to whether I'm working,
like making coffee or
drinking coffee. It doesn't affect me as far as like, it doesn't like give me this like jolts or whatever, unless I drink a lot of it. But Isley. Do you smell that?
No.
I feel like I'm engulfed in it.
You're right there. You're right in the danger.
Literally
I'm watching
in the danger zone
like this.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so glad that we're not a serious podcast.
Yeah. But what was I saying? So I think the big thing for me is I try to keep it from getting there. So I do there's things I do preventatively to keep me from there. But if I'm already there, then I have to really make sure I'm focusing on my little things that bring me out of it, my coping mechanisms.
It hit me now. It hit me now.
You smell it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
rough.
It's rough. That is
rough. Wow.
Yeah. And so just coping mechanisms depending on what it is. I suggest for everyone, make a list, like a physical list of coping mechanisms for yourself, activities that bring you joy, anything, contacts, people who you need to reach out to that help you recenter or reset you. And then don't get stuck on one, or don't get discouraged if you try one, it doesn't work. I've had times where I've gone through my entire list basically and nothing's worked.
Yeah.
Right. So then I have to go through it again, or just, try to ride it out, or try to find something that, I don't know, try to find something that brings joy, or at least is a welcomed distraction, or find a way to like talk it out with something, or to talk it out with someone. Actually, you know what? A big one for me that's been, I haven't had to do this in a while, but every time I've done it, I feel like this has been one of the best ones, and it feels the craziest, but it's a voice recording of myself. So I'm like talking, I get my phone out, my voice recorder, and I'll just talk. And a lot of the first time, like it'll just be like kind of like silence for a little bit, because I'm just kind of like, I don't even know what I'm feeling right now. Yeah. I just don't like how I feel.
And then you're like, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
So, but anyway, and what's neat about that is in a recording of yourself, I find that if, for one, you're getting hopefully what's inside out, right? Because it's one thing to be thinking something, and then when you verbally get it out, it's now become tangible and it's or not tangible, but it's
in the world.
It's in the world. And then if as awkward and as painful as it can be to listen to yourself talk or to hear your own voice, listen back to it because you're usually a good listener of yourself.
Yeah.
And so I've had times where like I've gone through a recording and I was like, well, that was kind of useless. I really didn't say anything. And then as I was listening back, I was like, oh, okay. I think I'm frustrated with this. Like it was able to like put me into something. It was able to like kind of, I don't know. So yeah, voice recordings I feel like are good. Yeah.
I was asked about it today and I was kind of reading up on it. And one of the suggestions, I thought it was kind of cool, was to have like an emergency like spiral box, right? Mm-hmm. To where you kind of have this, doesn't necessarily have to be a big thing, but just this box stashed away to where you start to feel yourself like spiraling or you feel yourself going into that depressive state. It's almost like a break in case of emergency type thing. And inside you'll have like, some things that kind of center you, like what's your favorite candy bar, like your favorite snack, or like maybe some pictures that you remember that make you happy, like some memories that would make you happy, or like a handwritten note to yourself when you're in a good place to read when you're not in that good place, or even like you said, like maybe like a voice recording, like have a little tape recorder.
That's cool. I've never heard that though. That sounds kind of
and I was like, that's kind of cool because that is like a almost like we always talk about like time capsules and stuff like that where people stash it and then 40 years later, 50 years later pick it up. It's almost like having a little mini. It like they call it like a spiral box. Like you just have it stashed somewhere away, and then when you start to feel like that, this will help kind of ground you and kind of bring you back. And then I saw a quote, and I know I'm going to word this wrong because I'm not listening to the exact quote, but they were like saying like, what do you do? What's a piece of advice, like a 30-second piece of advice that like can help you with your mental health? And the dude was like, and I think I sent this to you. The dude was just like, write down everything that's causing you anxiety and stressing you out, and cross out all the things you can't control. Now focus on what's not crossed out.
Okay.
So yeah.
I think and always, I feel like gratitude is always a good way to, when you realize how, like it's hard to feel it a lot of times, but like if you're able, sorry to anyone who doesn't have like the ability to walk unassisted, but if like there's so many things, so many blessings that you have that you experience every day that you don't realize, and health can be one of them. Ability to walk, rationally think. There's people in your life, or maybe there's just one person in your life. There's a lot in our lives that we can be thankful for, and I think we forget that. And when we focus on that, the gratitude side of life, I think that's also a really good way to kind of help out when you're in the midst of a spiral. Yeah. But I like that spiral box.
It's kind of a cool idea.
That's cool.
Kind of a cool idea.
Should we get Lame and do that one day? Just see what our spiral boxes is.
We should. We should both make spiral boxes separate from each other and come back and see what it says.
Yeah, mine will definitely have like a Reese's and Butterfingers in it.
It's just candy. It's just all candy. It's just a stash of candy. You're like, were you spiraling this week? No, I was just hungry. So I have two things I want to end on. One, when you said, and I don't mean this to be insensitive, when you said sorry to the people who can't, walk unassisted. Mm-hmm. Did you see the video? There's a video. It's so bad. I can't help but laugh. I think you know what I'm talking about. It was a wedding. The bride and groom just got married. They're having their first dance. She's in a wheelchair, right? So they wheel her out. The guy comes up and they're going to have their first dance. And the fucking DJ puts on Ed Sheeran. And the first line, when your legs don't work like they used to before.
Was that meant to happen?
And everybody was like, oh! And then it cuts off. So I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I was like, oh no! So I don't know if it was like a joke between like the bride and groom and like the DJ or what it was, but I was like,
oh my god.
Read the fucking.
I mean, it's like the typical first dance song.
Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah. Like you could have started it later.
Literally the first line.
Word. So this is the first line of the song.
Oh my gosh.
It's so bad. And then second thing, so I need you guys' opinion. I I talked to Mike about this. One, I'm getting tattooed on Sunday. I'm doing a snake and a dagger on my leg, and Mike was like, "Oh, kind of like the NBR shirt," and that fucked me up a little bit. If you guys don't know, I have an NBR tattoo.
Yes.
Which isn't like blatantly NBR, but it does say "On to glory, on to death, both fine by me."
Nearly Traitor. Off the Consequence of Dreams.
I'm actually shocked that Mike remembers the lyrics or what song that's from. It's been so long. NBR has
only because I thought about it earlier when we were talking about the snake tattoo.
NBR has like 70 records and songs. Anyway, so I want to get like right above my kneecaps on each leg. I want to get in like cool ass script "Walking Blind" on my legs, like on my shorts. So when I wear my Hoochie Daddy shorts, you see "Walking Blind" on my like quads, right? Yeah. But then I realized that even though "Walking Blind" is the name of this podcast, which Mike and I are both on, it's also the name of an NBR song, and it feels weird to have two NBR tattoos, right?
Nah.
And Mike said, nobody's going to bring it up. So I'm asking you guys, is anybody going to bring this up? Is this a bad idea? Let me know, because I might do it this week. I feel like if I do it, you're just always going to be like, two NBR tattoos, huh?
It can't be worse than the fact that Ryan, old bass player Ryan Worrell, has two inspired tattoos by me, almost 3. He put, for anyone who doesn't know, MPHC originally is Mike Perez. It's my acoustic stuff, my solo acoustic stuff, and
which was awesomely titled Mike Perez Hardcore.
Yes, and he has big block lettering. He has MPHC across his ankles.
That's right.
I didn't ask him to do that, not once.
Did you set a timer for today?
Oh shit. Oops. And so and then the second thing was on tour we were doing, I can't remember if it was like a cornhole or beer pong or something, some tournament. And so we had to come up with names. And so Ryan has like the homeless aesthetic. Like he looks homeless. Beard, camo jacket that's looks dirty as hell all the time.
Dirty and torn, yeah.
Yeah. And so him, and then I forget who his teammate was, but his teammate also carried this aesthetic. And so I called them, just off the top of my head, I called them Soup Kitchen Heroes. And so they loved it, and Ryan loved it so much that he got a Soup Kitchen Hero tattoo.
Nice.
So that's 2 tattoos. The third one, I wasn't there, and when I told him, he was upset because he's like, I would have done that. So that would have been 3 tattoos I inspired, and it was he got like a shark, and I was just like, just being stupid, I saw it and I couldn't just give him a nice compliment. I'm like, that looks cool. I just said it would have been cooler if it was a double-headed shark, and he was like, fuck. That would have been cooler. And I was just like, are you serious? Like, so
come on, man.
Had I been there, I would have probably said it then, he would have gotten, so that would have been his 3rd inspired tattoo.
Hey. Well, on that note, that's our sign. Let me know if I should get Walking Blind tattooed on my legs.
Should.
Let us know by following at Walking Blind Pod or walkingblindpodcast@gmail.com through the emails. Follow the YouTube channel. You guys will get this. And then moving forward, we're going to start putting more content on that YouTube channel. Like we're going to be starting doing more stuff. We have this plan to break down the records, so we're going to talk a little bit about like the songwriting process, kind of for each of us, and like lyric inspiration, things like that.
Yeah.
And go from there. So we got some things that we're going to be putting out, and those are going to be like YouTube exclusive type things.
Cool.
So make sure you guys follow that, and we will talk to you guys soon. We love you guys.
Peace.